Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 19th of January. 15 school children killed in road accident in North India. Political stalemate persists in Nepal as parties fail to agree on amendment bill. And world-famous Jaipur Literature Festival kicks off in India. And now for all the details. Indian security forces gunned down an LET militant in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Thursday. Grenades and ammunition were also recovered from the militant.
A militant of Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba or LET was killed in an encounter with security forces in northern Jammu and Kashmir province, the Indian Army said on Thursday. Based on an input about the presence of militants in Hajin area of Bandipora district, security forces launched a search operation. According to officials, militant opened fire on the search party and a gun battle ensued in which militant was killed.
In this operation, one heavily armed foreign terrorist was eliminated. During the conduct of this operation, we have ensured that there is no collateral damage or loss to civilian life. This slain terrorist has been identified as Abu Musab, a top LET commander of Bandipur district.
An AK-47 rifle, grenades and ammunition were recovered from the slain militant. The encounter comes days after 3 militants were killed in an encounter with security forces in Anantnag district.
Staying on to news from India. At least 15 school children were killed and over 40 injured after a bus collided with a truck in Etah district of India's northern Uttar Pradesh province on Thursday.
A bus carrying school children collided head-on with a speeding truck in Etah district of India's northern Uttar Pradesh province on Thursday. Workers tried to rescue trapped children even as senior police personnel and district administration officials also rushed to the spot. According to reports, fog is said to be the main cause behind the mishap.
अभी तक हमारे पास जो कंफर्म्ड खबर आई है वो 15 की है और अभी कुछ बच्चे सीरियसली घायल हैं, उनका इलाज चल रहा है और अभी सीनियर अधिकारी लोग मौके पर हैं और रेस्क्यू वर्क अभी भी चल रहा है.
Police also said that the toll was likely to rise.
Chief of India's southern Tamil Nadu province O. Paneerselvam on Thursday met Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi to urge an ordinance for lifting the ban on controversial bull taming sport, Jallikattu.
Confronting a tide of protests in India's southern Tamil Nadu province in support of banned bull taming festival Jallikattu, province's Chief Minister O. Paneerselvam met Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi. Paneerselvam requested an ordinance or special order to bypass the ban, to which Prime Minister Modi assured his support. Supreme Court of India outlawed Jallikattu in 2014, saying that it is cruel and not in keeping with what it described as the country's non-violent traditions.
மத்திய அரசு வெளியிட்ட அறிக்கை தொடர்பான வழக்கில் உச்சநீதிமன்றம் இன்னமும் தனது தீர்ப்பை வழங்கவில்லை என்றும் எனவே மாநில அரசு இது தொடர்பாக எடுக்கும் நடவடிக்கைகளுக்கு மத்திய அரசு உறுதுணையாக இருக்கும் என்று மாண்புமிகு பாரத பிரதமர் அவர்கள் தெரிவித்தார்கள்.
Massive demonstrations continued to rock the southern province as protesters marched and demanded the Supreme Court to revoke its order on the sport. Protesters claimed the sport is part of their tradition.
பேசணும்னாலோ அவங்க உரிமை மேல கை வெச்சாலோ இது ஒரு எடுத்துக்காட்டாக இருக்கும். சோ இனிமே அது அவ்வளவு ஈஸியா நடக்காது.
Meanwhile, an official of People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, said that protesters were not aware that the sport is an act of animal cruelty.
People who are protesting are not aware of what is the situation, what is the information all about, which basically means we have a Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960, which very clearly says that you cannot cause unnecessary suffering to animals. The same act also says you cannot have animal fighting. This is considered as an act of cruelty.
The horns of the adorned bulls are wet before the event, and the animal is rubbed down with oil, making it more difficult to hold on to.
The Afghan National Directorate of Security has said that the federal government, the NATO and the UAE will probe into the Kandahar suicide bombing, which occurred last week, in which 5 UAE officials died. In total, 11 people were killed in the explosions and over a dozen wounded.
On the orders of President Ashraf Ghani, a joint delegation of Afghan security experts in collaboration with UAE research groups and international coalition forces led by NATO have started investigation into the Kandahar guest house attack. The suicide attack was plotted at a suicide training center called Maulavi Ahmad Kandahari in the city of Quetta in Pakistan, the NDS said. While Kandahar police blamed the Haqqani network, the Afghan National Security Advisor Hanif Atmar claimed that the attack was planned outside the country. The UAE officials, however, disputed the claims, saying that Afghan officials are responsible for it and are said to have conveyed serious objections at the failure of Kandahar security officials. According to sources, Taliban representatives from the Qatar office were scheduled to travel to the UAE to meet officials and clarified that they had no role in the attack.
The culture of Gilgit-Baltistan is withering away under the political regime of Federal Government of Islamabad. Forced to follow the dominant narrative, the locals lament the loss of their rich heritage.
Gilgit-Baltistan is home to diverse linguistic, religious and ethnic groups. However, the power and authority of culture is being undermined in the illegally occupied territory. The education being imparted to the youth of the region has forced them to follow the dominant narrative of the federal government of Islamabad. The political structure in the region that runs on the mindset of federal government of Islamabad has led the locals to follow political dogmas.
नहीं है इस इलाके की डेवलपमेंट के लिए जो हमारा पॉलिटिकल सेटअप है इस वक्त, इसको मैं समझता हूँ कि बाकायदा एक बाइख्तियार जिसको कहते हैं पावरफुल इंस्टीट्यूशन होना चाहिए कौंसल को, चूँकि इस इलाके की पाकिस्तान लेवल पे ना सेनेट में कोई रिप्रेजेंटेशन है ना नेशनल असम्बलीज में है, किसी इंस्टीट्यूशन में पॉलिटिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन हमारी नहीं है.
Locals allege those in power have forced the rich culture of the region to become extinct through the process of modernization, where fear governs social relationships.
Political parties in Nepal have failed to arrive at a consensus to take ahead the Constitution Amendment Bill registered at the Legislature Parliament. The deadlock is likely to persist as the ruling Communist Party of Nepal, Maoist Centre and opposition parties are yet to hold serious talks on the issue.
Nine opposition parties led by the former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's Communist Party of Nepal, Unified Marxist-Leninist, have been stalling House proceeding to protest the Constitution Amendment Bill. Speaker Onsari Gharti Magar is scheduled to hold a meeting of the Parliament on Friday, hoping that consensus is reached to iron out their differences. CPN-UML has claimed that government did not make any effort to win the confidence of his party in the last week. The Constitution Amendment Bill in Parliament was aimed at carving out a new province to meet the demands of agitating Madhesis and other ethnic groups, whose protest last year left more than 50 people dead.
One of the most awaited events in the literature circuit, the Jaipur Literature Festival, kicked off in Western India on Thursday. Scores of poets, novelists and critics will converge under one roof.
The Jaipur Literature Festival 2017 was inaugurated in the presence of scores of writers, critics, publishers and fans. Literature lovers from across the world will gather at the week-long gala. Apart from the brainstorming sessions, the festival's music and dancing events attract students and tourists.
the Jaipur Bookmark, which this year brings us to the heart of the publishing community here in the main festival grounds, has some incredible opportunities for writers and publishers and all in the business of books to meet and connect and understand the new paradigms.
The fest is open to all and fans can get access to their favorite writers. The largest of its kind in the region, the festival is a testament to the growing global influence of Indian literature and its appeal to both publishers and authors.
Cold conditions in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province have intensified with fresh round of heavy snowfall. Despite the chilly winter, the snowfall has brought cheer to residents in Ladakh region of the province.
Residents in Leh in Ladakh region of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province are battling chilly winters and are struggling to conduct their daily chores. Wrapped in multiple woolen layers to shield themselves against the inclement weather, they are lighting bonfires to battle the teeth-chattering cold. However, the residents are happy to endure the chilling conditions as snowfall brings water to the dry terrain, which is the lifeline for agriculture.
अभी यहाँ के लोग बहुत दुखी था कि यहाँ बर्फ नहीं पड़ा। अभी आज जाके यहाँ लेह में कुछ पहाड़ों में अभी यहाँ बर्फ गिर रहा, आप लोग देख रहे हैं। अभी इस ये बर्फ गिरने से हमारा लेह में खासकर किसानों बहुत खुश मौका महसूस हो रहा है कि पहले यहाँ भी दो तीन बार हमने पूजा किया कि यहाँ बर्फ नहीं गिरा है।
Sub-zero temperatures in the region also boost winter sports like ice hockey, which has become popular among Ladakhi youth these days.
यहाँ पे विंटर हमारा यहाँ स्पोर्टिंग क्लब की तरफ से हमें यहाँ पे विंटर खेल खेले जाता है आइस की। तो ये गेम सबसे हमारे एक लद्दाख में एक मशहूर गेम है। तो इसमें हमारा कई टीमें हमें लद्दाख के हर रीजन से यहाँ पार्टिसिपेट किया जाता है।
Freezing of water supply lines, fringes of several water bodies frozen are common sights during winters.
Models walk down the ramp in India's fashion capital Mumbai, showcasing the Spring-Summer 2017 collection. Pastel colors with breezy fabrics dominated the collection. Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. 15 school children killed in road accident in North India. Political stalemate persists in Nepal as parties fail to agree on amendment bill. And world-famous Jaipur Literature Festival kicks off in India. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.